What do you think of when you hear the words dangerous magician? I'm sure a lot of you think of a dark magician or someone who practices baneful or dark magic, but let's get into it. All right, welcome back to Echoes from the Temple, where the spiritual meets the magical. I have been busy catching up on things after the holidays, and I am just now getting time to start recording again. And the topic for today's video is that of dangerous magicians. Now, I'm sure that most people think of someone who openly talks about practicing dark or baneful magic as a dangerous magician, but are they really? Sure, they may not be someone you want to go out of your way to cross, but when it comes down to it, are they truly dangerous? Besides, my mentor told me years ago, the empty can rattles the most. Let's first think about what type of person would openly use baneful magic. When it comes down to doing magic for a baneful purpose, it really depends on the type of person you are. Would you strike someone in person? Would you retaliate against someone physically for wronging you or for angering you? If you said no, then chances are you're probably not too keen on attacking someone magically. It really all depends on the type of person you are and what morals or beliefs you follow. If you follow a set of morals in your day-to-day life, then those morals are most likely going to determine what type of magic you are performing. A short story from when I was in high school, I knew a guy who called himself a warlock and carried around the Necronomicon spellbook daily. He talked about this relentlessly and even claimed to be calling upon the spirits of the Necronomicon in the middle of classes. Sure, he got a lot of shock and awe from people who didn't really know much on the topic, but he wasn't taken serious by those who were already involved in the occult. The truly dangerous magician, at least in my own opinion, are those that do not have a grasp on the practice of magic and throwing all caution to the wind. These individuals who never grasped any fundamentals of magic and bypassed any basic instructions, people who don't pay attention to the details and the necessary steps when performing a magical working. These people, at least in my opinion, are far more dangerous than anyone who identifies themselves as a baneful magician. These people are not necessarily dangerous to other people. However, that is not to say that they can't be. But typically, they are far more dangerous to themselves. For instance, if you do not dismiss spirits or entities that you have called into your working, they don't always leave. This is one of those basic principles that can often be overlooked by inexperienced practitioners. Individuals who jump ahead of themselves in their practices will oftentimes try to skip the basics and move directly into more advanced workings. This will only bring about one outcome, and it's negative. Now, I'm not only referring to ceremonial style magic, but those of traditional witchcraft as well. Any type of magical workings, you need to have your mind set to the task and not be wandering about like a monkey swinging from tree to tree, directing your energy in all different directions. Oftentimes, when someone comes to magic as a fix-all for the screw-ups in their lives, without ever doing any self-work, they're directing their energy all over the place because they never trained their mind to focus. That is, of course, if they're successful at all in their attempt. And if they are, they often get what they wanted in a way that they don't want it. This will often lead them to blame the devil if they've come from a Christian background, or if it doesn't work at all, they claim it to be nonsense and move on with their lives. Now, I think the biggest trap that magicians or magical practitioners fall into is not closing off their minds to the garbage in our day-to-day world. I'm guilty of this myself, and it is the reason that I do not have personal social media accounts. How often do you see people simply scrolling through their feeds on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, whatever? The entire time they're scrolling, their subconscious mind absorbs all of it. Then we watch the news, and all we hear about there is horrible events, and typically raises anger in most of us. Honestly, when was the last time you heard something positive coming from the news? Here recently, it seems that theurgy has become more and more popular, and just the same with anything else, you need to start at the bottom. If you start off by making attempts to connect to a higher divine force, you will not be prepared for it. This is why the Golden Dawn and other magical lodges held a series of grades of initiation. They are designed to take you through the steps and prepare you for the higher workings. Think of it like this: unprepared, you are a jar of dirty water, with nothing in balance, and there's no order to you. When you shine a light through it, does it come through the other side? No. It's only by starting at the bottom and getting yourself right that the water becomes clear and the light shines through. So where does the process begin? Well, it begins with the elements. The elements are the foundation of everything, and there is no exception to this when it comes to magic. I made 4 videos, which I'll link to somewhere at the top of this video, describing the elements and how they affect us and make up the world that we live in. Another source that anyone involved in the occult should read is the 3 books of occult philosophy by Henry Cornelius Agrippa. Now, when it comes to a curriculum for your practice, there are plenty of books out there on the topic, but if I had to choose one, I would have to go with Initiation into Hermetics by Franz Barton. I'll post links to the books down in the description below. So what is your opinion of a dangerous magician? Do you agree that inexperienced practitioners tend to be far more dangerous? Let me know in the comments below. Alright, that's going to be the end of this video. If you visit echoesfromthetemple.com, you can keep up with everything that I'm working on. You can also download the Echoes from the Temple app, which is on the website and on the Google Play Store for Android. Be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this video as it really helps the channel grow. You can also show your support at the Echoes from the Temple shop, and you can join the community on Discord. All the links are in the description below. And until next time, may the gods bless you.